matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taking it about the 1. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line.
One guarantee.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe.
Sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today,
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bike and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Running like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded right at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel. If you're the offensive coordinator, you've just changed your play calling because you thought you might have some field to work with. Instead, now, you've got to call plays that won't make mistakes.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From his own end zone, Herbert. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they work this out past the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Herbert on 1st down now. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The Cowboys at 13-1 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team...
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Sione Takitaki. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Catch made by Watson on the out route.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this one is right down the middle.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Jones
going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Jones. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. And that's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. He finds Hopkins, complete.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On the move to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Daniel Jones taking it in from 7 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Ryan Succop set to kick off.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Finding room at midfield. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 45 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal? In case of the defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Jones now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Herbert. Buying time to his left. He finds Wilson. And he's got room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Marcus May with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point splits the uprights. That will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Jones on 3rd and 2. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
On first down, it's Herbert. It's brought in by Wilson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Running from the gun with Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 37. A good pickup there at 22. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. they throw the pick six, they'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up. Get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Jones steps away to his left. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And some space here.
On the move past the 40.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 17, Jones. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going?
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Second and 5 now. Herbert being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first and 10, Herbert.
That one caught downfield by Watson.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. In motion left is Wilson. On first down, Justin Herbert. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On second down, here's Henry. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun, Herbert on third down.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5, first and 15. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Now
Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Hayden Hurst, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. After right down the middle, and the lead is now 24. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Throwing Jones. And now here's another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
That one looks like he'll throw here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On fourth down, Herbert. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your